Welcome back to the Guys Unpacked. This is Dre.
And this is Rich, and we are back with another brand new episode for you guys. Before we even get into anything crazy, if you are enjoying the podcast, whether it's the audio or the video version, make sure that you click the link to subscribe so you can get all the notifications when we put out the new episodes. And Dre,
what's poppin'?
What's been going on, bro? Hey, hang on, before you even get to that. For any of you who have been watching or listening to the Applying Logic podcast, I told y'all we was going to be back. I was just waiting for the homie to get back from Trinidad. The Guys Unpacked podcast ain't going nowhere. We are back, and we're going to chop up all the topics that I told y'all we was going to get into.
Facts. But hold on. I've been back, bro.
Yeah.
We just haven't been able to make time.
Right. No. Oh, so, all right. And that's the other part of it, right? Between me, Dre, and Soundbag Entertainment Studios, shout to the homie Soundbag, we got to mirror up and match up all of our schedules to be able to get these to you. So they might not be weekly moving forward. And also shout to the homie Cupid. He hit me up earlier. Big part of the Guys Unpacked team. So although it might not be weekly, we're going to continue to bring
We're going to be in here.
We're going to be in here. So shout out to y'all for continuing to rock with us. Those of you who have hit me up, asked about it. I was like, yes, me and Dre, we still doing Guys Unpacked. We gonna make it happen when we can make it happen, right?
Thanks for your patience, guys.
Absolutely. So with no further ado, we are back.
I am.
Before we get into the topics real quick, we got a couple of things that I want to get into.
Okay.
I know you ain't been outside.
A little bit, but not in the DMV.
Not in the DMV, because when you go outside, it's
I'm out of the country outside.
Right, like, Dre is that
out of the state.
Dre is that friend when you hit him up like, yo, what you doing tonight? He'd be like, dog, I'm at the airport.
Yes.
Yes. See what I'm doing tonight. I'm Toronto. I'm
Miami.
Wherever, Miami, Jamaica, wherever. So
somewhere else.
So for those of you who have been partying and hanging out in the DMV, y'all know the last couple of weeks been crazy. We had PCP, Post Carnival Pump from the Hookie Life crew. Ricky Platinum brought Fetish. Akil had Substance a while back. Sekou Flex did Soca and Rum recently. But moving forward, you know what dropped today?
What's that?
The full details for Hookie Weekend.
Oh, yes, that's all I saw.
So...
And I'm sure it was right up your alley when you saw Star Wars.
Dog, that theme. No, but not my alley specifically. The amount of people that have chimed in with excitement for the Star Wars theme.
I can't wait to see the Manchurian head helmet, whatever the fuck it is. Like I'm gonna see those.
Wait, hang on. Say that again.
Sorry, well, I was fucking City Manchurian. The fucking Mandalorian. Sorry though.
Okay, we off to a good start. All right, we already.
and you believe I ain't drink nothing?
No,
I ain't drink nothing.
And the worst part was you said it, you kept talking because you was just because
the Mandalorian. The helmet.
Yeah, and even in the dead of summer, you know you're gonna see that.
Dog,
it's gonna look like a Star Wars convention.
Yes.
When Hookie Weekend LPJ comes around. So.
I had to find a football jersey that I could, because I'm not doing none of that shit.
Yeah, find a football jersey. Where the football look like that stuff.
Something like
that.
Now
we go find that though. We go find that for you. I go make sure you find that for you.
Sure.
So really quickly, I'm gonna do some quick promo. Hookie Weekend is going down June 13th to June 17th right here in the DMV. 6 big events, 5 days. It's going to be craziness. The tickets are available right now at hookielife.com. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be there. I know Dre going to be there. Everybody going to be there. Shout out to my homie, the Carnival Baby. We have a project we're working on coming out, the Road to Hookie Weekend. So all that information is going to be coming out shortly. Dope. And we're going to be doing behind the scenes, all of that stuff. So the Carnival Baby, you can follow her on Instagram. But shout out to the homie. And also shout out to the Hookie Life crew. Hookie Weekend is going to be a scene.
It always is.
Always. Side. Dre.
What's good, bro?
Before we even get started, right?
Right. How many times are you going to say that?
No. Because I want to start, but I want to make sure I properly introduce this, right?
All right.
Because the man was in Trinidad, pumping.
Hard.
Partying.
Hard.
DJing.
Hard.
All kind of thing. And you're back. So I have refrained from doing any kind of Trinidad Carnival anything really because I'm like, I wasn't there.
Okay.
I skipped it this year. I couldn't make it.
All right.
So now that you're back, we're going to get this is going to be the full Carnival recap here with a man that went Trinidad and hit it from all levels, all angles, all kind of thing.
Yes. I was very tired. By Ash Wednesday, I was done.
Dog, by Ash Wednesday, I don't understand how some people be doing the full pump, and then the cool down fets.
Dog, Adele rules. I don't know how that girl does
Shout
move.
out to Adele, first of all, because shout out to Adele and Patrice.
Yeah.
The kind of energy them two have,
Dog.
I wouldn't even pretend like I could compete or compare with them.
I don't get it, bro.
Them two is a vibe by themselves. Big up Adele, Patrice, big up yourselves. Y'all are the real MVP.
And you know what's dope about Adele too? So I like almost every year for Carnival, because I'm drinking that much, I'm partying that much, I'm not used to it. I'm never drinking enough water. Mm-hmm. Usually somewhere around Carnival, Saturday, Sunday,
Tap out.
I fall out with like a crazy fever.
Tap out, yeah.
So she's been able to pay attention to this, and midway to a party, I pump in a bottle of coconut water, just shows up. I'm like, oh, okay.
She know how to keep you hydrated.
What?
Too, yeah.
What?
Son, even you saying you pumping is like, for people who know Dre, you saying you pumping is already an anomaly.
Bruh.
For a lot of us. So it's like, but I've seen you in Trinidad,
bruh,
not doing the DC thing you just do.
Bruh.
Where you just you show up at the party and you just there. Like, I've seen you in Trinidad pumping, so but no, that son is crucial if you go in Trinidad to make sure somebody in your crew is responsible.
Have to.
Like, there's somebody in your crew that can
This is Carnival Tuesday.
Yeah, that making the
That don't look like me.
That making the episode. Send me that. I posting that. Send me that posting. Yeah.
That is me pumping.
No, I believe it.
I can't pump nowhere else though.
And you know what? It's not about nowhere else. You could never get that kind of energy and vibe. Let me not say never. It's very rare to get that kind of energy here.
Pause.
Yeah.
That is number one.
7 minutes in.
That is number one.
First pause. Took exactly 7 minutes. We got to our first pause.
That's my favorite number too, you know.
Now we can count them this episode. So, but now, son, like, it's definitely difficult to get like that kind of energy and vibe in the DMV. Not a lot of promoters and not a lot of events can pull that off. And it is partially the patronage.
Sure.
It's partially the people. Like, I don't understand what it is, because you can take same DJs that was in Trinidad and the same people that went Trinidad and then throw them in a party here in the States.
And it just doesn't work the same.
And so it's something
because Trinidad is an imaginary place.
Yeah, where
real shit happens. So
something about being in Trinidad gives a whole different energy, a whole different vibe. So
yeah.
Have Dre outside pumping like crazy.
Yeah, man.
But all right.
So Trinidad was nice, man. So I was there for only 2 weeks this year. But
so you're lying. You're starting the podcast lying.
Well, I mean, for the carnival season, I was only there for 2 weeks.
Okay, because I've definitely hit you talking like, "Hey, what's going on? Now go and stink on dirty today," and it's like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah,
right. So you started off.
So
and before stink on dirty,
that weekend,
yes,
was the beginning of the 2 weeks.
Okay,
but then
what happened the weekend?
But then 2 weeks prior to that, I was in Trinidad.
Right.
For Iron Park and so
right. Okay. All right. Tell the truth. Tell
but I just meant like for the carnival,
for the actual carnival.
So yeah,
right,
2 weeks.
Right.
And you're right. Like, so I got to Trinidad the Friday. Mm-hmm. And I pumped from Saturday morning, which is stinking dirty, all the way until Thursday after Carnival, which was post-Carnival relief.
Okay.
Dog, it was... I understand there are a lot of people who complain about the price of Carnival. They complain about the costumes. They complain about the limited amount of music that gets played. They complain about everything.
All of the complaints we've heard.
Every fucking year, though. It's the same complaint every year because think about it, right?
Yeah,
like,
okay.
It's relative, because last year the pricing wasn't the same as this year, but people complained about the pricing last year too. So it's almost like we're going to take the exact same complaints and just adjust it for inflation, right?
Okay.
Whether it's financial inflation, whether it's musical inflation, whatever it is for next year. All that said and done, though, it's still Trinidad Carnival, dog. Like I think back to like my worst carnival, and it was still amazing.
Okay.
That was the year Palance. That year did not have good music.
Yeah, of course, because Palance
win. Yeah. But I had a fucking time. I had a boss.
Yeah, that's had a
boss time.
I just had a moment of utter disgust. Just a wave of disgust just washed over me. as we brought up that song of all songs.
But the point is, though, if you were in Trinidad that year, you had a ball.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
And I think that's the thing that falls short with a lot of people when it comes to Carnival. Like, you got to go to Trinidad and expect what you're going to get. Right? If you go to the same events that you went to last year and the year before and the year before, and you expect a different experience, you're stupid.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was a case that you don't want to hear the same songs in rotation, then you can't go to the same parties that have the same DJs.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, and the beauty of Trinidad is there's literally something for everyone. So whether you are super old or super young, they have events. Whether you want to be super cultural or a big foreigner, they have that. You have boat ride, you have breakfast party. Like, you got everything that's there. You just, what it is people want to be in the pump.
Yeah.
They want to be in that pump.
Right.
And then they want to recreate it for what they want. And it's like, that's not how it works.
Okay. I can agree and disagree on some of that stuff, right?
Okay.
Because I do feel like, not even I feel like, this year, the pricing was a little egregious. Because what you said is true.
Okay.
People were complaining last Carnival at the prices last Carnival. And yes, for that year, those prices were nuts. So now we fast forward another year and the prices went up.
Yeah.
They're going to be nuts again. Like,
Yes.
if next year they go up again.
Yes.
So we can't say, it's unfair to say, oh, yeah, I was complaining about the price last year, whatever. Like, yes, they were high last year.
Right.
And they're higher this year. So this year is a set of renewed complaints.
So every year is higher. That's my point, though, right?
But it hasn't been.
Yes, bro.
No, it hasn't been.
It might not be the delta might not be as big, but the price is always a little higher the next year.
No.
Okay.
Because there was a point I remember distinctly when some of the parties got cute, like Beach House and some of the others were. This is before parties had hit that $200 mark, right?
Sure.
And I think Beach House that year was like $180 or something, like whatever the price was. It was like, a lot of us who have been going to Trinidad for a long time saw it and was like, nah, I don't know if I'm going to this. So
Right.
changes and adjustments made. And some of the parties that typically sell out immediately did not sell out. Now,
Sure.
I cannot tell you what year this is, but I do remember that the following year, a lot of them tickets came back down $10.
Sure.
Because,
It's demand and supply.
right.
Real easy.
So it's not that it goes up every year, because like AM Beach and Beach, not Beach House, Ambush, even Brainwash has been kind of teetering around the same level.
Sure.
Yes, they've gone up a little bit, $2, $5, whatever. But I think this year, when you look at the hotels, the flights was the biggest thing that I think most people mentioned, because the flights were egregious. The flights was egregious from the start, because normally if you sit down and you jump in like the 11 months out or whatever,
Sure.
you could typically get something kind of, but most people can't buy that early out. And then even when you don't do that, if you wait a little bit, at some point there comes like a little ease up in the flight prices. It never went below, for the dates I was looking at, it never dipped below $1,000 this year. There was never a point where I looked up flight prices and it dipped below $1,000. And some people did get those, because there was a point where I stopped looking, but there was also like you adjusting your dates to kind of find
to fit that price.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the flight prices, the price of hotels, which wasn't an issue for me, but like I've heard from people, I think this year was a little nuts. I think this year was an anomaly in terms of how much price gouging went on, because even though I've heard the complaints, I haven't heard them to this degree before this year.
I mean, and I will say, for somebody who doesn't have to pay for much, I mean, no, don't get me wrong, I still pay for parties.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
we don't pay
whatever other people are paying for. So yeah, so
Right.
I go for longer than most people do. So my flight is typically less expensive. I don't have to pay for anywhere to stay.
That too.
Don't have to pay for anywhere, like how to get
pay
around.
for a rental. You don't got to hire a driver.
All that. Yeah. So when it comes to the parties, Adela's organized and all that, and at the end of it, I'm just like, how much do I have for you? And usually that pricing is somewhere around the same amount, or it's, even if it goes up, it's like, oh well, we went to more parties this year, so it is what it is. But yeah.
Nah, so I get all of that is why I'm like, I understand when it's coming from like some people who don't have the same kind of resources that a lot of us have to, when they get to Trinidad, to be able to make those adjustments.
Yeah.
I'm taking a step back and saying, okay, Those things aside,
Yeah.
some of the other complaints were not even price related.
Sure.
But it was a lot of stuff you said, like
yeah.
the music.
But to tell you the truth though, that's always going to be a big issue, for a myriad of reasons. One for this year, one being it's a short season.
The short season, and I think a lot of people did not take that into consideration.
They don't, because they're not thinking about that shit.
Should have, right?
Right. So it's a short season. Each year, more music is being produced. More good music is being produced.
Exactly. True.
Right. So it's really difficult to hear all this good music and figure out what to play, what not to play. Especially if this is your full-time gig.
Yeah.
So I can do whatever I feel like, because if I get booed off of a stage, which luckily hasn't happened yet, or I get booed off of a truck, I still got a job. A lot of these DJs who are playing on the road in these parties, like this is actually when they're making the majority of their money for the year.
Like this is their full-time gig and this is their Super Bowl.
This is their Super Bowl.
Right.
So what happens is, not only is it a case that they're playing in all kind of 7 to 12 parties in a night or a day anyway.
Yeah.
Because of that, they're not hearing what other DJs are playing. Typically, right? So if I'm playing in a party and my set is from 2 to 3 p.m. and I have to play for another party and my next set is at 5, I'm not gonna get to hear what the DJs played
Before,
at the next
or
party.
after, right?
So,
yeah. So
what am I doing? Likely I'm channeling. All right, this is the set that I'm gonna be playing, and I might divvy it up a little bit and might not play the exact same set everywhere, but the core of it is gonna be where it is, right? So, and if everybody is going toward the songs that are getting the most love, it's almost inevitable, right? It's really, really difficult, I think, to come in and be like super creative and unique in the way that you play and completely separate yourself from all the other DJs and get forward. Like it's just difficult. Like I mean, like I don't. I'm not giving them a pass, but I understand why the DJs are doing that shit.
So what you're saying makes sense, right? I think the problem becomes that. Hold on 1 second. Nah.
What happened?
Nah, just adjusting the song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the problem becomes that. So I saw a DJ who was almost, I'm not going to say target. He was challenging the patrons.
Okay.
To like name songs that weren't played, right? Which I don't think is fair to the patrons, because it's like, we all, as from years and years, I wasn't there this year.
Sure.
Otherwise, like, had he did this last year, I'd have been all in the comment section.
Okay.
Like, yeah, here's the song. Here are the songs that didn't play, because we could always do that.
You know you could call your name, right?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Come on.
Nah, you know that's not me. So
can I call a name?
No.
Will you bark if I call a name?
I wouldn't even bark. I'll just block it out of the podcast. Like, I do the edit. I'm gonna cut it out. So.
You're a little bitch.
No, because I feel like but you know what I'm like. This isn't about.
It's not about him,
right? And it's
not
her. About, right. It's not about anybody or how many hers were there. Right. So it's not about the person, but it's about the sentiment, right?
It's not about how strong they are.
Right.
It's not about how they do martial arts.
Nigga, I just work out too. So
me too,
dog. I'm gonna cut this whole section out. Watch. This podcast will be so much shorter by the time it airs. So, all right, go. No, but here's the thing. It's not that what he said was wrong.
Sure.
At the end of the day, it is your perspective on it, because you know that you did a good job.
Sure.
And you know that people had fun. Because remember, the last time we recorded, I said, I don't feel the need to challenge DJs to play new music anymore, because at the end of the day, when I go to the parties, if the crowds and the patrons are having a good time,
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Mm-hmm. It's not about appeasing the people who want to hear certain songs.
Right.
It is about, is the party good, and am I contributing to the party being good?
Yeah.
But I felt like it was unfair to call on the patrons to name songs they didn't hear, because it's like, yeah, I might not be thinking that, but I know if I'm only hearing 10 songs over and over and over.
I know it's only 10 songs I'm hearing. Yeah, no. That's a valid point.
So I don't have to come and name the ones that didn't play. I can name the ones that played over and over and over again.
I was there. I could name some of them that didn't play.
Dog.
Right?
So, and here's the other part of it. Other DJs, Private Ryan, Freeze, both pointed out that, yes, we understand a lot of songs didn't play, and gave kind of the same explanation you gave. Sure. It's a short season. With the shortening of the season, the DJs don't get enough time to fully prep all, because
because they're also DJing all the way up into Carnival, like whether
And-
it's travel or
right.
it's local, all of it. Yeah,
And songs are getting released kind of in a clump.
kind of.
They're not getting released over the course of the
Brother
year where you have
man.
to. Yeah.
It is the worst when I tell you, like, and I'm like OCD when it comes to organizing my music. So when I get 6 rhythms in a day,
Right. And each rhythm have 3-4 songs on least.
if that little,
Right.
I gotta go listen to all of them. I gotta go figure out like which ones I would play.
Which
I gotta
ones
put
are-
in
if that rhythm itself is even gonna make
right.
it.
I gotta put in cue points, and that's just the rhythms. Then it's the singles. Like then it's the road mixes and the remixes. It's so much music coming out at the same time. I ain't gonna lie. I got some road mixes. I'm talking about a day before Monday, before Carnival
That's
Monday.
nuts.
I got road mixes Carnival Monday evening. It was the point where Carnival Tuesday. So they have a WhatsApp group chat for the truck, right? I get a text message from the cluster manager with like Tribe. They have the Tribe plate. So it's like
Okay.
a plate for Carnival contract.
And for those of you who don't know, Dre is on truck 5
Yes.
for Tribe. Normally truck 5 every year, right?
It fluctuates,
It's
but yeah.
The last couple of years I played with Tribe, it's been
truck
truck
five,
5.
yeah.
There's been you, Ryan, Rigo, and then some other combination of DJs around that.
So it used to only be the 3 of us.
Okay.
This year, Sinister from Miami was there, so Dream
Yeah,
Team.
okay.
As well as Back to Basics
Okay.
and Tony X. So
Right,
it was a strong truck.
But the bottom line is for the last how many years?
Jesus Christ. So this year and last year were the years that we played Tribe only. The prior, I want to say it was like 5 years.
like Tribe and
we
Bliss.
did Bliss Monday, Tribe Tuesday.
So for at least 7 years.
And then Tribe before that, it was all Tribe. So like, yeah.
So for at least 7 to 10 years, been playing Carnival Monday and Tuesday on the road with a big band.
Oh, for me, no. I've been with Tribe and or Bliss since 2006.
Dog. All right. So okay. All right. Talk your shit, my nigga. All right. So okay. So go back to what you were saying. You get the cluster. The cluster.
Dog,
yeah.
we got a note from the cluster manager. We're talking about Carnival Tuesday. It's the Carnival contract plate as well as the
DNA.
no, yes, as well as DNA. And all I do in the chat, because we're already on the road at this point in time, I actually respond, how are we gonna download that?
Right. Because you're on the road. How are you gonna get that onto you? Hey, quick question. A question that people want to know.
What's that?
Which song did the Soca Mafia tell you to play?
How they cunt? there is no Soca
Which
Mafia.
song did the Soca Mafia
Yo,
tell all you?
nobody told us to play anything. It was actually funny because Carnival Monday, I played first. Actually, I played first both days, but like Carnival Monday, we went straight to the Savannah.
Okay.
And what I did, and I think I might have been the only DJ that did this for Tribe. I played DNA like right before the stage, and
Okay.
like I sped it all the way up.
Okay.
And then as they were getting people ready for like to like right before the security, I put in the instrumental for Carnival contract.
Okay.
So get people ready, and then as they release, like let it out. But for the most part, every truck played Carnival contract across that stage. So when we saw that DNA won, everybody's like, "But how?" But what we forget, it's not just us.
Right.
It's all them small bands.
Let me
It's
tell
the
you.
steel bands. It's all them.
Right. Let me tell you. So, from my position here in the United States, unable to be a part of the revelry.
Right.
We was like live streaming, and a guy I can't remember his name. And yo, shout out to you. You the MVP. If I could remember your name, I would
Whoever
shout
you
out.
are.
He went live from the downtown stage.
Okay.
And just went live and kept it live.
Yep.
And so we got to see bands crossing the downtown stage, and we got to see the bands crossing the Savannah.
And everybody.
The
passed with
downtown
DNA.
stage was DNA.
Straight
like
true.
So
Yeah.
So it was one of the things where it definitely got played a lot.
Yeah.
Crossing.
I mean, it makes
judging
sense.
points.
It makes sense. But even the steel bands are considered like when they're playing,
Yeah.
and they're not playing contract.
And when you think about it, the bands that a lot of the foreigners are playing with, Tribe, Yuma, Bliss, and those bands, once they cross the Savannah, they're not really pressed to go to any other judging points.
True.
So the bands that are crossing judging points are probably playing DNA.
Yeah. No. You spot
Because
on.
I agree with you. When the camera that was on the Savannah,
Yeah.
all I heard was Carnival contract.
Of course.
That was it.
Because I mean that is the song to cross the stage this year at least. Between the two, let me put that.
I'm about to say I don't even
because the real song to cross the stage would have been Bungie's Today.
There was. Let me tell you, and this would be a whole podcast. Because none of those songs would have been my first pick
at all
to cross the stage.
At all.
None of those
at
songs.
all,
but
bro.
Part of the problem I have, actually, no, we're gonna save that. We gonna come back to that.
Okay.
So let's get back to the patronage thing,
Sure.
right? So we talking about what was said about the patrons. I think it was a kind of unfair attack, not attack, but an unfair thing to put on the patrons because it's like, yes, the DJs who were there have admitted that you guys kind of condense your playlist.
Of course.
When Carnival comes up, right? And those of us who have been to multiple carnivals have seen it where like, I know X many songs drop, X many songs, and for those of you who are listening to the audio, I'm moving my hands. Fewer songs.
Not in a sexual manner.
Oh my God.
I'm going to put that out there.
So fewer songs actually make it onto your mixes.
Right.
And then from the mixes, even fewer songs make it into parties in the road.
Correct.
Because like you said, you get an hour, a 45-minute set or whatever.
Right.
And you had a party before, so you don't get to hear what played earlier.
Right.
Then you show up and you're just like, all right, I need to play something that I know will automatically get whatever. You know
forward, yeah.
Right. So it does make sense when you kind of hear repeated sets because the DJs don't get to hear or play don't get to hear what played before them.
Right.
I will say, and this is me as a non-DJ.
Yeah.
I feel like if you know where you playing in a party, you should kind of adjust what you are going to play based on the time that you're playing. Because there are songs that you know are good but are not the top songs of the year. Yeah. Right? So it's like, if you tell me you book me and the party going till 8 and I'm playing 4 to 5, 3 to 4, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably, in my mind again, coming in with the mindset of, all right, here's where I'm going with my music.
So this is actually where I'm going to defend all these DJs here. And this is coming from a place where I do not like that we hear the same song all the time and put that onus on the promoter, right? The person hiring the DJ, if they want to curate an event, right? It can't just be curating it from a decor standpoint. It can't be only curating it from a food standpoint. If you want to be that promoter or event planner that is curating this entire event, music has to be a part of it too. So if you know that you have 5 DJs on the cast, right? And you know your DJs are also playing in other parties. I'm not saying tell them exactly what to play, but help guide them. And this is how I want you to set the vibe for your set. But promoters don't do that.
So, all right. So as a DJ, you feel
I'm the wrong person to ask. Because I look at it way different than a lot of these dudes play. Look at it.
Because I'm about to say, like, you're speaking from the point of view of a person who is a DJ, but you also throw parties. Yes. And you're also a patron.
Yes.
So it's like.
So, and it's the thing though, like, I will never tell a DJ exactly what to play. But what I tend to do before an event is explain to DJs up front, like, yo, there are multiple genres. And granted, this is not a complete soca party, but like, there are multiple genres. You don't open up. Like you don't have to play in a box like you normally do. And I say that all the time. I'm going to pay you regardless because anybody who works for me knows I'm paying you before I even really hear you play. As soon as you play your first song, the envelope's dropped on your on your CDJs. Okay. Right? So I don't want anybody telling me exactly what to play, but if you tell me, yo, this is the kind of vibe I'm trying to build, I look at that as a challenge. So I'm like, cool. Let's build that vibe. Okay. So, all right. So all that to say that we shouldn't put the onus on the patrons to try to identify. Sure. It's like it's but at the same time, the DJs they play a role in it. They play a role in it. They play a big role in it.
And I think that this repetitiveness of the songs, like, okay, you know, as like we know that there's gonna be a top 10 songs, top 20 songs for Carnival. I feel like for DJs in general, if you know you're playing earlier in the party, you
don't gotta drop. Yeah.
You can create your set to where you don't have to play those songs that you know are going to be like, you shouldn't be playing if using last year as an example, you shouldn't be playing hard fet and come home if you're playing in the middle of the fet.
Sure.
Though, you know what I'm saying?
Spot on.
Now I want to pivot a little bit.
Okay.
Because a lot of talk was had about people who are not going back next year. Or no. None of them said they're not going back next year. I said y'all should not come back next year.
Sure.
Because y'all spent a lot of time complaining about Trinidad Carnival and big posts and all of your stuff. So I'm like, yo, it would be very easy for you guys to not come. Because
I also think that white boy should make sure he restarts these other 2 cameras because I'm pretty sure
he already restarted them. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
So yeah, with the number of people who have
complained
for, and not to say the complaints were invalid, so I'm not invalidating anybody's experience, but like I heard about the carts at like to a degree that I've never heard about. I feel like the carts were complained about so much. I felt like I was there. I felt like I was pulling the cart.
Sure.
They talk about, like you said, the music, the vibe of the events, the type of music that was played, and the soca that is prevalent in Trinidad in general.
Sure.
Which is more of a groovy, a melodic style of soca.
Yeah. My style.
Yeah. I honestly, yeah. Yes. The kind of soca you just like.
Yeah, man.
The wildness.
I like a wildness too, but like, okay, so stop and think about who I just pump with. They're not wild.
Yeah.
Stush people not wild.
No, not at all.
So I go give you a 10 minutes of wildness and then go back to the groovy dog.
So my thing is, like, we have the people who said they're not coming back, right?
They lying.
Yeah, no, most likely.
Except for that African chick. I don't think she's coming back. The one who was complaining about the carts and how she was on Instagram.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think she's coming back.
You think so?
Yes.
The way she was complaining, if she come back, I want to see her.
Here's
so I could be like,
here's the thing.
I thought she wasn't coming back.
No. She loves Trinidad.
Of course she does.
She loves
Who
Trinidad
doesn't?
But I will say, I don't disagree with her in a lot of respects. And I wasn't there, but here's why I don't disagree with her in a lot of respects, right? I think for some people, when some people see like the vibe and the energy of some of the other carnivals,
like a Lucia, Grenada,
even during Trinidad, like a Dominica, right? Same time, a Kayak Mass, right?
Yeah.
Grenada, St. Vincent. And you see some of the videos and the pictures coming out of those countries.
Sure.
And you don't have that in Trinidad anymore, anywhere you go. Like, you just can't find it.
Yeah.
Because I remember 2011, the year Advantage came out. Okay. That was the last year that Power Soca was king. After that year, Groovy has started to slowly but surely gain its popularity and to get to where we are now, where Trinidad is all R&B for soca, right? So 2011, I remember being at either Marshall Monday or Soca Monarch, and just the energy in that crowd.
I remember that.
Was nuts.
I was in Soca Monarch that year,
dog.
And when Come to Me came on,
dog. Here's the thing, right? Come to Me was one thing, right? When Shal came out and performed Do Drag the Flag. Keep in mind, that song never got big after that.
Because it wasn't a big song.
It was not. But that's why I bring that one up specifically. In that moment that he performed it in that stage, we all erupted. I was front of the crowd when it happened.
So,
right?
That's a good point you bring up, though. But here's I'm not actually agreeing with you, though. Right? So the people who go to Soca Monarch, or who used to go to Soca Monarch, are not the same people going to these fets, though. So it's like, so between that and between the fact that like we really don't have that many artists that have the ability to come out with good power,
right?
So because if you really think about it, the majority of the music coming out is groovy because the artists are groovy artists.
Yeah. So you're not disagreeing with me.
So yeah, I'm agreeing and disagreeing in the same. I'm just saying like, there are reasons to why we don't have power. It's not because we just don't have good power.
No.
And when you go and look at these other countries who have amazing power, and you actually listen to the lyrics, is the music? Dog.
No. But lyrics aside, I'm not even talking about the lyrics.
Okay.
I'm talking about the visuals. When you see the video,
It's because it's downtown people partying, dog.
but it don't matter, son. What I'm saying is that's Carnival to me. That's Carnival to me.
If you're looking tone, that's how they's pumping, you know.
No, I haven't seen that.
I don't mean tribe and Yuma. I mean the people in town that's pump like that, dog.
I'm saying find one video, and I'll happily say I'm wrong. Find a video from Trinidad Carnival, where you see that type of energy that I saw outside of like the smaller islands. I haven't seen one, and I'm here this year. I was living vicariously, so I was looking. Like it's different when I'm there because I don't really care as much.
Yeah.
But here, all I can do is look. So the video does not exist. There was not an event or a scene or the I hate to do this because he's going to be here March 23rd for Carnival Addiction, the Calteja. Shout out to Fire O's, shout out to Santana Salazar. But the Road March song was a groovy song this year, son.
Oh, it was.
Right. That's to show you the state of Trinidad Carnival right now.
Bruh.
So
I know
there was not there is not a clamoring for power music in Trinidad. So to highlight what Shorty was saying, even though I do believe she'll be back next year, Trinidad has lost that vibe. I do believe that because I've been saying this for years, and I've been unable to find it. You guys have won.
Don't you guys mean
the groovy crew, the uptown crew, the Stush Vibes crew? All you win.
I lean toward where the demand is.
No,
if the demand, I'm telling you, dog.
False.
I'm telling you, dog.
No. You lean towards the Stush Vibe Fete, but
where the demand is.
That's where it is now. That's not where you lean towards that, but now the demand has shifted there. But that is your vibe, because like I said, the demand isn't for power, but that's where I lean, regardless of whether or not the demand is there. That is my vibe and my energy in that fete. So where Trinidad
I'm a little more fickle than you.
I don't think you're fickle though. I think you like our Stush Fete. Patrice or Adele, if y'all are listening,
they're not listening.
They will be where I post. I'm gonna tag them. I want all you to comment on this section. Dre talking about Tito's lean where the demand. Dre like our Stush Fete.
I do, but I also like pump.
Very minimally though.
Nah, man.
Minimally, but okay, right?
Well, the video I just showed you was from Pure White. That's the farthest from a Stush Fete.
Lyrical.
That's lyrical and ding dong. You knew that's not a Stush Fete.
No, I was there, so it was a vibe. It was a vibe last year,
bro.
No, I'm gonna be there next year. Hey, and all this shit we talking, I will be there next year. Let me clarify.
You're not missing it next year.
2025, I will be in Trinidad.
In that.
So make no mistake, I'm gonna be there. So
complaining and all.
I won't be complaining because remember I said I've adjusted to the change.
Sure.
But I do believe that Trinidad is losing its stranglehold on its state as the #1 carnival.
I don't think so.
I do believe that.
I don't think so. I'll leave it. So I think we've kind of beaten this topic, but like I don't think so. I think that what has happened has been an opening for other carnivals to get the shine that they deserve. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that any of them themselves will even say Trinidad is still not #1. And it's more than just the vibe. Mm. It's more than just the music. There's so many other elements, right? Like the infrastructure for Trinidad Carnival. And when I say infrastructure, clearly I'm not talking about only like the physical infrastructure, but like we're talking about years, decades of work that has gone into this. So again, even the worst year in Trinidad is still better than some of the best years for all the other countries.
I disagree.
That's fine.
And here's why I disagree.
I'm open to hearing it.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think in terms of when I say #1,
yeah.
Yes. There are metrics where you can say, okay, yes, Trinidad is getting the most tourists, whatever.
All of it, yeah.
Right? Because more and more people who have gone to different carnivals, because carnival has become such a global thing.
Sure.
And people have more access through the internet, social media, etc., to being able to see a lot of what is happening in other islands.
Yep.
I think, and I'm not saying it's lost it this year, because you're right. Right now, 2024, Trinidad is still the #1 carnival, Caribbean carnival in the world.
Sure.
Agree. Like, I'm not debating or disputing that. But because year after year, you hear a lot of people saying, I had more fun here.
Sure.
This one was better to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who have an affinity for that style of carnival
Sure.
are growing.
Sure.
The vibe and the energy of some of these carnivals that are not existing on reputation.
Yeah.
Because I do believe to an extent Trinidad is existing on reputation.
It is.
I don't think
It is.
artists are putting the effort in to keep maintaining the vibe. I don't think the effort is being put into holding on to some of the elements of it. Like,
Agreed.
I enjoyed
100%
seeing,
agree with you.
I enjoyed seeing Marshall do Calypso this year because I think it was more of a, hey, no, I'm not doing soca. I'm not competing in that realm, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to focus on this. So I think that because Trinidad is losing some of that and it is becoming very commercial, Trinidad is like the pretty girl who is getting by on looks alone, but not actually doing the things to maintain. I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility that some other carnival could, if things don't change.
So I love that you use that analogy, right? Because here's the thing. Even if the people who are saying, I enjoyed this carnival more than I enjoyed Trinidad or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. You got two things here. You have them enjoying that other carnival more, but still going to Trinidad anyway.
They did this year.
No, I'm not. Yeah. That's one.
Yeah.
Or two, they don't, right? Mm. But for every person that doesn't go to Trinidad for carnival, someone else steps in.
Yeah. But
you see what I'm saying?
But I think that is a level of arrogance with Trinidad.
I mean, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Because with everything that's on top,
right?
They feel like, nah, we got this. Because whoever don't come, that's the thing where it's like we are looking at it from two different. You're looking at it from the point of view of, nah, we got. It's like the Patriots.
No, before we go to Patriots, hold that thought. I want to go back to the pretty girl.
Okay, go back to the pretty girl.
I got the baddest chick out here, right?
Yeah, all right.
And she empty.
Yeah.
She have nothing in that, right?
Nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
So for a while, I can unstick with that, right?
Yeah.
And then one day I say, you know what? Fuck that. I don't want that anymore. I'm going. Because she's stupid. She's chuppity. Right? But guess what? White boy, come on. Nah, white boy is a bad example. Because he like big things.
Yeah, that thing would be the same size.
a next fella come on and say, yo, I'm going to holler at you now.
Yeah. Right?
Because there's always going to be someone who keeps that empty vessel afloat.
Here's why your analogy don't work, right?
Okay.
Because that same... All right, guys, it's been the Guys Unpacked.
All right, we got to edit that one out.
This nigga not even drinking tonight.
No. Nigga, I'm on fire tonight. Go ahead.
So I wasn't ready for that.
Dog, as soon as you said the pretty girl, I was like, oh, I can't fucking wait to start.
Yo, I was unprepared. Yo.
Oh shit, what were you saying?
No,
do you remember?
I was saying. All right. So, all right, y'all, we back. We back because I had to edit some stuff out. So we back.
We back.
Yeah, we back now. Hey, no, but what I was saying was that pretty girl.
Yep.
Looks fade.
Sure.
And the problem with Trinidad is pretending like looks don't fade. So yes, there will be people that will come.
I see what you did there.
There will be people, right?
She get old.
Dog, I can't edit the whole.
Edit what? I just saying the looks fade when she gets old.
All right. The looks fade when she get old. All right. So
that was supposed to be an inside joke that you completely did not let go.
Dog, you killing me tonight.
Oh shit!
If this takes a day to air, you'll know why.
No, we can leave that part in.
Yeah. All right. So what I was saying was basically, I think because of their existing on reputation right now and not making the changes, because when you up and coming, you know you have to adjust to get to the top.
Sure.
When you at the top and you feel like that
you're too big to fail,
is unchallenged, you don't make the adjustments. The reality is you're expensive.
Sure. You know the sad part about all this is? Like, and I was actually having a conversation about this Ash Wednesday, I think it was. The whole rationale behind Carnival around mass, right? It was the slaves making fun of the French,
rich. Yes.
French aristocrats.
Yes.
Right? And we have become the French aristocrats.
Yeah, we've become
the rich. We are the wealthy.
Absolutely.
And now to everybody's point, like it is really expensive to play mass. I mean, now I don't want to belabor this, but I remember you bringing up the carts. The irony behind that is if you don't actually understand the history of the carts and history of Carnival.
I think the history doesn't play into today. But
it does to a point though, right? And here's the only thing I mean, right? Those carts were only prevalent because they weren't all-inclusive bands before. And yes, there was still a racial undertone there, but it was a group of people who had the money, right? Organize a cart, they buy the drinks and put everything on there, and then they pay someone to push the cart. Right? The reason, so back then, a carnival costume wasn't anywhere near the cost of a carnival costume.
And the bands were all-inclusive.
Exactly, right? So everyone who was of that status was organizing a cart.
Yeah.
Or they had money and they were stopping by a booth here and there.
I think why that's not fair, because the problem right now is if they were just putting drinks on the cart, and it was just like, hey, I gotta, like, me and you get a section, we call it the Renaissance section, whatever, right? And only people who registered with us could come get drinks. Everybody else, you still gotta go to the, because you still got drinks, but here, we might have some more top shelf shit or whatever, right? We gonna cater to our little group of people better. The problem is, I set a light-skinned small thing jumping up on the cart and have a man pulling it, and that's the problem that people have. It's not the drinks.
But he decided to pull the cart though.
So okay, here's the thing, right? You got paid to pull a cart today. And listen.
You choose that job.
Right. You chose a job. You got paid to pull a cart that you told was going to have drinks on it. Then I said to Gil, jump on the cart.
But they knew Gil was going to be on the cart.
It doesn't matter if they knew it or not, right? You pay, but again, Dre McConnell. What I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Because I'm saying is let's be realistic here. I get paid to do a job, and then that job alters. And now I'm pulling a set of fair skin Gil, true Porter Spain.
Why they gotta be fair skin? They
were almost
not all though.
All right.
I know a couple of girls that was on some of them
pull videos, I go pull videos. I guarantee you most of them looking like they was in soca.
Maybe not all though.
Right.
That's my point. Not all though.
So you get paid to pull a set of the same looking person through Porter Spain. Of course it's gonna look nuts on social media. So and I'm not even mad at the cards. I'm just saying because like you said, somebody was paid to do a job. They decided to do it because he could have left. He could have been like, "Fuck this job. I'm not taking it. I'm leaving." So,
I good.
End of the day, I'm not gonna beat the cart thing to death, but I just feel like I do not believe that Trinidad can just survive as number one unless they are willing to accept that there are things people want that they are no longer providing. And they are becoming entirely too commercialized. Because they're catering to a certain brand, a certain kind, a certain person, a certain type of soca that may alienate some people who are more interested in the kind of wildness thing that some of us like.
I think it's the beauty and the curse of Trinidad, bro. Like no one actually owns Carnival, so everyone can do something. And if someone sees that there's a need for exactly what you're talking about, hopefully they bring it. And
agreed.
Then you know what I mean. Then that demand can be supplied. But until then, we pump in and try.
All right, y'all. So
it's been a long time.
We have done 48 minutes on one topic, which is a record for us. Shout out to everybody who continue to rock with us through this topic. And we understand that, this is something near and dear to us. And it was an unpacking of Carnival that hasn't been done by anybody because most people were just complaining. Yeah. So
not me though.
Nah, not you, because you had that time.
I get to jump up with a Nico hot all kind of thing,
Did you?
Bro, yes.
You think I whine on she? Son, you don't gotta be scared of Kevin, son. Nigga big as your phone, son. You don't gotta be scared. So you can just say it, son. You took a whine on
a little bit.
You're like, a little bit. Let me tell you
something. She whole crew.
Let me tell you something. I will tell you this. I enjoy when the celebrities come under the radar. Yeah. Pause. Because at the end of the day, some of them, like, remember the year like Black China and the bald one came and they was like...
the bald one.
Yo, I don't remember her name off the top, but like...
Amber Rose.
Yeah. So...
the bald one.
They was there and it was like a big fuss. Like the bands made a fuss. They was hosting events, blah, blah, blah. But same year, I think like Michael Eli was there. Ely. But he was there chilling because he came, paid play his mask, had a good
lying.
time.
Yeah.
Ludacris was there last year, just came through, come and pump. Yeah, you're going to jump up on the truck because at the end of the day, you famous, nigga. Like, we go bring your ass up on this truck. But there was no fanfare ahead of it.
Sure.
No big fuss. That's what I like when people actually come to embrace and enjoy Carnival.
It's a beautiful thing about Trinidad, yeah.
And they just there.
Yep. And no one actually cares that you're there.
Right.
I wouldn't have even noticed her. What it was Neil.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, why you rolling your eyes, bro? You gotta edit it out."
I don't, but go ahead. I don't, and I won't. But
It was
go ahead.
It was Neil. He was like, "Yo, her crew." So they were on top, like they were on top of our truck,
right?
And I was going on and get them drinks, all kind of thing, because they actually played for Bliss. So when they come to Tribe, I'm like, all right, let me just go get your cups or whatever. But yeah, it was a vibe.
Bliss don't get their drinks from Tribe anymore?
Bliss gets her drinks from Bliss. I
felt like there was a year where, like, if you were in Bliss, you could go to Tribe and get drinks.
You can technically do it. It all depends on the bartender. But some bartenders will be like, you have on a Bliss band, you don't have on a Tribe band. Personally, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, but I remember where there was like a VIP truck in Tribe for Bliss Masquerade.
So Tribe was actually smaller this year than it's been in the past.
Yes,
so that's
because Trinidad too blasted expensive.
Nah, because Bliss was also bigger than it normally is. So a lot of people who were normally, in Tribe were in Bliss.
How they get in Bliss?
What?
Never mind. Go ahead. So you're saying.
I'll
listen.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
I don't know how to reach in Bliss, but might have been a different group of people.
I want to be in Bliss.
I might have been a different group of people.
Was he next topic though?
So, all right, y'all. We're getting ready to transition right now with the hard segue. Dre.
Pause.
We back, right? Mm-hmm. And you know what time it is? Jon Stewart had to come out of retirement.
Bruh. I'm so happy about that.
Like, me too, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, I love Trevor Noah, but Jon Stewart is just he's just a different.
Even the transition into like the rotating cast of people was not the same as the OG coming back and saying nah. And you know why he did it. Like, I don't know this to be true, but it was like, I walked away from y'all and Trump became president.
Right? It's like, I gotta come back.
No, I'm not letting that happen. Like, that man dusted off his mic and said, "Nah, I'm gonna be back." Cause
everything.
We got Trump Biden part 2.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Oh, we know how. Come on, bro.
All right.
We know exactly how.
All right. So let's. I don't want to do this again. Let's jump into this.
Okay.
How do we get here? How did we arrive at Trump being the front runner, the Republican front runner for president again?
The easy answer: people trippity.
Dog.
Like, I can't look at it any other way. I actually gave people not a real pass, but somewhat of a pass the first time, only because I knew that the priorities were bigger than the candidate. The priorities were getting that Supreme Court justice seat, right, and then trying to push for the reversal of Roe v. Wade.
Right.
So, like, y'all got that already. There's no need for him anymore. But we're here again.
Part of the problem was he maintained so much popularity amongst that party.
Yeah. He never lost it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, even after losing, getting impeached twice, getting everything,
charged,
after the insurrection.
And
we started our show on an insurrection.
Bro, you know the wildest part of that is the number of people who were like, I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Dog, don't care.
I'm like, that is so un-American though. Like, what?
And when you ask those people, those are the people that are all
I'm a constitutionalist. No, you're not actually.
Like them people, like the eagle and flag shirt wearing. Them people are like, nah, like, I'll still vote for him. And it's like,
yeah,
because he represents the level of racism that y'all actually like and harbor inside of you.
Yeah.
And you can't say it verbally. So it's like, I like putting someone up there who's saying all the racist shit that I like.
Yeah. And he's also convinced them somehow that he's worked for what, no, not just for them, but he's worked for what he has, because like the American dream, he apparently embodies that for a lot of people, right? Which is nuts, right? It's like, no. He didn't have to struggle at all for anything.
His dad was rich. He
right.
came from money.
Right. So it's like, How do you not? But people sheeple don't care to do any research though. Let's be real. So
You know, nah, finish it.
I'm just gonna say like, so it doesn't even surprise me that this dude is able to meet so many people where they are. Like, he really is a marketing genius. That's one thing I'll give to him.
I'll give him that.
He's a fucking snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
But he is a marketing genius because he's been able to find a way to meet people where they are, like, across the entire spectrum. So the poorest of the poor to the richest of the rich. It's like he'll find a way.
He will absolutely appeal to everybody and what they want and need, and to the point where, like, you have the black people talking about, I mean, like, not even just like black people, but people who were like, at one point didn't want him, but then were like, I feel like we was doing better under him, and it's like, how? Because I'm like, whenever someone,
the only people who were doing better under him were people who were making money. So,
but dog, here's what's funny, right? I saw a post the other day, and I don't know how serious this person was or not, but they was like, man, bring T back, we need more stimmies. And I'm like, you understand that those stimulus checks were as a result of a pandemic. It wasn't like Trump got in office and said, let me send out money.
And
it was like,
it wasn't Trump who paid for that shit. It was I paid for that shit.
But, I forgot you still heard about that.
No. That's the thing though. I have no problem with the stimulus checks.
No.
But no. The mismanagement of money is a big problem for me.
No, I understand that. But the bottom line is, when people are like, we had X, Y, and Z, it's like, right. There was also a global pandemic.
We were paying you to say the fuck in your house.
Right. Like, it wasn't like he just came into office and gave y'all.
Like, I just want to give everybody some money.
We don't want y'all going to work. And so it's like the short termness. That's not the right term, but like,
you're fine. I get what you're saying.
Of the way people think, right? It's like, you're thinking about this little period where a little bit of shit was done for you. You're not thinking, okay, he put 3 justices on the Supreme Court during his, and now Roe v. Wade got overturned. Some of the voting rights shit is getting rolled back, and they're voting to let him run again despite all the shit that's happening. It's like, y'all aren't even seeing the impact of having him as the president.
Yeah. Because critical thinking is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
So exactly what you're saying, that limited thinking is only because you can only focus on one thing at a time. So if all you can focus on is a stimulus check, that, by the way, you technically got stimulus checks under Biden as well. So, like, if that is your rationale,
and let's be clear. So I want to be fair about some of this, because I realized that I was one of those people who was like, I don't think Biden should run for 2 terms.
I agreed.
I was like, you won, you did it.
Right. Step down after this one and let someone else who has a little bit more
actually
appeal.
Whether you like her or not, here was my thought process on this, right? You ran with the mindset that you were going to bring Kamala Harris in as your VP.
Sure. During
the course of your 4 years, that should have been a
transition.
A dedicated effort to putting her in places and in positions where you let her take the lead on certain things. Almost like when you are prepping someone for a promotion.
Sure.
It's like, okay, I'm now coaching you up to be the next thing. Right. So here, I'm going to let you take the lead on this project.
I can do this presentation, but I'm going to let you do it.
I'm going to attach your name to this. I'm going to have you in front of these people doing the speech. Like, let people start to see her in a more presidential light, so that when you get to year 3, and we're now in the election year, folks are like, oh, yeah, you know what? That makes sense.
It's the right choice.
You can't do that now because she's been chilling in the background.
She been in the shadows, dog.
I ain't seen her in 3 years, son. I ain't seen her since we did it, Joe. That's the last time I saw her.
Last time I saw her, she had a birthday party. And they were,
when it was doing ski?
Yes.
I'm so angry, son. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about that. I got so mad when I saw that, because I was like,
Coonin.
Because, dog, I hate everything about Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Like from, I don't care who don't like it. I hate her music. I hate the way she presents it. I hate, like, every time I see her, it makes my ass itch. Like, I get annoyed, son. I get physically angry, son. I hate that that's music right now.
I think you need to sit on somebody's couch.
Son.
Your ass itching when you see Sexy Red?
Here's the thing, son. As a hip hop fan, as a person who likes hip hop music, who came up in the 90s, came up in the MC Light Queen Latifah.
You sound like an old man right now.
I don't give a shit, son. I don't care.
Oh, itchy ass.
As my curmudgeon is coming out right now
So
at this point of the podcast, son. I hate everything Sexy Red stands for in hip hop. I don't give a fuck, son. Right? So anyway,
so young, so angry.
All of it, son. All of it. All of it, son.
All of it. But I'm
on my couch saying, "Get off my lawn right now," son. That's me, son. Yelling, not even from the porch, from the couch, yelling out the window, "Get the fuck off my lawn!" That's me right now.
That's you.
When people start saying "ski," like, dog, I'm throwing shit at them.
Have a vibe though. It have a vibe. I don't like it, but like it's hard not to.
No, it's not. It's not hard. Not at all. I'll turn that shit right off. Turn that shit right off, son. Come knock your turntables right over, son. Turn that shit right the fuck off. It's not hard at all, son. It's very easy, son.
Dog, I played for a surprise 25th birthday party.
Oh, that sounds like hell, son. That sounds
Friday. It was pretty brutal.
Gross,
it was pretty brutal.
That sounds gross,
but there were certain points where I was like, all right, I'm about to turn this shit over real quick. Mm-hmm. So they sang her happy birthday. And bro, as soon as they finished singing happy birthday, I dropped that ski, dog. The entire party turned over, son.
As a
DJ, like, I'm sorry, like you start to realize some shit is bigger than what I like.
Agreed. I'm not saying
so. You got to do what the people want, bro.
Oh no, absolutely. That's why I'm not a DJ. That's why I'm not a DJ, because I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and if you have to play for the crowd that books you, right? But like I don't even hate
Glorilla.
I don't even hate. Oh, let me finish.
Sorry, Ice Spice.
What I'm saying. I don't even hate Ice Spice.
Ice Spice, she's impressed me.
That song fart with everything in me, and I don't hate Ice Spice in general. I hate that song.
No, it's a pretty stupid song. It's a stupid song. I remember when I heard it, I was like,
dog,
nah,
the old man in
this is not going up in my Serato, dog. I can't do it.
But that glow.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit is hot.
And that Barbie shit with her and Nicki, that shit is hot too, bro.
No. Yeah, the her and Nicki Barbie shit is hot.
Yeah.
But
you talking about the Glorilla shit. Yeah.
Glow.
Glorilla, like dog.
Nah, son, I give her that. Shit.
And what's even wild, so I went to.
I fucks with that song.
Like, I know this is a crazy segue here or tangent, but there was a concert. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was a concert at Cap One. Mm-hmm. All the Memphis niggas. So it was like Moneybag, Yo, Glorilla, bruh.
Yeah, they killed it.
Nigga.
But here's what I'm saying, son. That's why I'm like, I'm not even that old nigga that don't like a lot of new music.
You just don't like sexy.
I just don't like stupid music. That's my problem, son. I like some of the new shit. I don't like the dumb shit.
I feel.
Like the sexy, I can't, nothing. There's not been a song that I've heard and I've been like, okay, this is the one. No, all of it is trash to me. Get rid of all of it. Throw all that shit in the garbage. I hate all of it.
Throw her in the garbage too?
With a passion. She could go too, so I don't give a shit, son. I hate it. Everything about it.
All that to say, Kamala Harris is not going to be president.
Yeah, that was the same way. That's how we started.
She's just not going
Somehow
to
we went
run.
From politics to this. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I feel you.
Bringing it back to what we were saying. Yes, no. They should have been like pitching that,
positioning her.
They didn't.
At all.
So Biden running again was the Democrats make some dumb moves. This has to be up there with one of the dumbest.
Yeah.
Because people were talking about how old Biden was when he first ran.
Bro, and he looks visibly older now. Did you see the ad that the DNC put out?
Nah.
So they have an ad now that's actually addressing his age, right? But here's how they try to position it though. Trump is trying to make it all about himself, but I'm here for the people. Like it's the stupidest like connection to age ever. But you want to know the worst part? They're planning on using these ads in battleground states. Not this isn't the general ad. This is specifically for battleground states.
Son,
and that is not what is going to sell.
The worst part of this was like when you had the oldest two candidates to ever run for presidency. the two oldest.
Yeah.
In 2020? Mm-hmm. Are now running again in 2024, 4 years older than they were when they were the oldest. Like, if it blows my mind. And yes, I will say, I went back and watched some clips from it. He looks good at the State of the Union.
I didn't watch it at all.
I didn't watch it live.
Yeah.
But I heard a lot of good things, and then so I went back and watched some clips.
Okay.
He looked good at the State of the Union.
Nice.
Dems, I'm gonna give y'all that. He looked serviceable at the State of the Union.
Oh, they charged his battery.
Yeah. They whatever they didn't do to Mitch McConnell, they did to him for the State of the Union. And make no mistake, let me be clear, let me be 100% crystal clear. I don't give a fuck what happens. I'm voting for him.
Oh, 100%.
In November.
100%. And I challenge you guys to do the same.
I'm not
please.
voting for Trump. I'm not voting for Trump in November. I don't care what pieces of Biden they drag up to that fucking thing.
And let's also throw out there for the people who don't understand the way this works. Not to sound condescending, but when you vote, let's say you decide to vote for someone in the Green Party or whatever it is, that ends up still being a vote for Trump. So if you don't want Trump in, you got to vote for Biden.
And only because the Republican Party is unified.
Yes.
Which is what the Democratic Party has never
not been.
So it's like anytime you get like, and I'm not one of those people who says, okay, you have to vote Democrat, right? But I am also one of those people who understands the way this works. Until and unless, because the Republican Party hasn't figured out.
Right.
A lot of them don't like Trump, but they understand, no, he's our guy. We're going to vote for him.
Yep.
And unfortunately, until and unless we get like a system where we have a legitimate third party or legitimate other options, if it comes down to Trump or Biden, I'm voting for Biden.
100%.
That's me. I'm not telling anybody else what to do. I'm saying between the two of them, it's a very easy, clear decision for me.
Yep.
Would I have preferred someone else? Absolutely. I did not want Biden to run again. I wanted it to be a one term, whether it was Kamala Harris or you propped up some other legitimate Democratic. Sure. I wanted him to. You got it done. You made
I'd have voted for Angela Rye, and she wasn't running, but like Angela Rye.
Yeah.
I'd have voted for her. Like as militant as she comes across sometimes.
I'd have voted for her for some other things, but okay.
me too. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like
anybody, dog.
Dog, I heard The Rock was talking about it. I was like, fuck it, I'll vote for Dwayne Johnson. I don't give a shit.
100%.
Like who? Like because whoever, I would have probably given them my. Right. Somebody was saying, I'm trying to think of who it was that made me laugh. It'll come to me. But anyway, regardless what celebrity, whoever it is, was positioning themselves or whatever. Like I don't at this point, because we've decided that the presidency is going to be a joke. After the Trump presidency, we've decided this shit ain't serious no more. So whoever it is running against him, cool. But yeah, I'm not happy about where we are. I don't particularly want to vote for. Not that I don't want to vote for Biden. I don't even think he did I don't even think he's been doing a bad job. I think he's been doing a regular job.
Yeah.
A normal run-of-the-mill presidency, but because everything is right now been highlighted and magnified because of social media, people are seeing what's being shown and presented to them. So, that said, we not gonna do election talk every episode, but we may end up doing some kind of. I feel like because
we're leading up into.
Because here's what's gonna happen, right? It's the same way how Jon Stewart came back.
Right. This gonna be shit to talk about. Yeah.
Right. He understands. Trump gonna give you shit to talk about.
100%.
Every couple of weeks.
100%.
literally every week.
He's the political Kanye.
Dog. That's why they get along. That's their thing. It's like, yo, I'm a get in front of a mic. I'm gonna get in front of a bunch of people,
and y'all gonna fuck with me.
I'm gonna say some outlandish shit. So
you saw the AI generated like blacks for Trump.
I did.
Honestly, like I can't even knock it. It's a proper. Have I seen the shoes? You know the worst part of that shit when he came out with that stupid shit for SneakerCon. People actually like, and I know it was white people. It wasn't black people.
Couldn't have been.
It could not have been.
Could not.
Right, because even the black people,
it better not have been.
Even the black people who rock with him know that that's not it. That's not it.
Better not have been. Yo.
But no, like I'd seen on. I don't know if it might not have been real, but like it looked like it was real. I don't know if it was StockX or one of those like resale sites.
Yeah, it was.
And like it was like all kind of $1,300 for these, and I'm like, nah, dog. These are some made in China joints. Like this is what you can find in Payless.
Dog. these shits were ugly before
Right.
any Trump. But you know what the problem is? Because again, I don't believe it's real either, right?
Right.
But it comes back to the same shit that we talk about, like with the Yeezys, where like people were saying,
Yeah.
I remember a radiocaster saying, a radio announcer saying, man, they're kind of ugly, but I still got to get them because it's kind of like. And I remember another dude, I think it was like, I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about when Adidas was re-releasing them, but without
being easy, yeah.
Right, but same shoe.
Yeah.
And,
They ain't want them anymore.
And somebody was like, those ain't Yeezys to me. So it's like, yo, so you're admitting the shoes are ugly.
Yes.
You're only buying them because of Kanye's name. You're a fucking sheep, right?
Sheep.
No, because at the end of the
I'm
day,
with
it's
you,
like
I'm
you're saying, no, I'm dumb. I'm stupid because I don't actually like these shoes,
Yeah.
but I'm only buying them because of the person whose name's attached to them. So while I want to say,
It's the hype.
yeah, maybe they don't, maybe it's fake.
I hope
It
it's
might
fake.
not be
I hope
because
it's
some people are that dumb. So,
Ugly shit.
all right, y'all. Yo, we did it. I don't think we can save the other topics for another time. What do you think? You want to get to one of the others, or because we've been?
Let's go one more.
All right.
Because remember, we got to edit anyway, so.
Yeah. yeah. All right. So we're looking at which one of these you want to get to?
I say the last two.
Last two?
Last two.
All right, y'all. So, Trey, we got brand new. No, it's not brand new anymore. It's been in there. It hit number one. It's been doing crazy numbers.
Yep.
The biopic, I've been told by different people it's pronounced different ways. So
Right.
The Bob Marley biopic, One Love.
One Love. Yeah. So I went to see it twice.
Twice.
Yeah, because the first time I went to see it, I took an edible, so I was a little high. And I left like not very happy. I was like, nah, man. Y'all did. When I tell you I left that shit like
it happened to you?
No, I was like, y'all did Bob dirty, dog.
Okay.
Like, Cause okay, so long story short, the movie itself at this point is not a spoiler because y'all had time to see the shit.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, that's on you. That's between you and God.
It starts off where there was the assassination attempt on him, right? So that's he's old at this point. I mean, granted, he wasn't as big as he was, but like he's older. So that was the transition between that and him going to London, and he spent some time in London for a while, and then like it ends with him coming back to Jamaica. But the vast majority of the movie is between like 1969, 1970 to like 72, right? In that, I'm expecting, as a Bob Marley fan, I'm expecting like all of just the beautiful aspects of Bob, right? Dog, there's points of him being jealous of Rita, and I'm sitting there like, okay, you're gonna be jealous of Rita, which doesn't sound like who you were, especially since you were like legit a womanizer.
You were a whore,
right?
Yeah. And
not only that, they didn't.
You were very Jamaican.
They didn't touch any of the whoring in the movie.
Yeah, and I heard that. I mean, I didn't see the movie.
I'm like, okay, you can't be painting him as this jealous husband and don't show like nigga like making babies outside of wedlock.
Dog, he had an army.
No, like it's so bad they're not quite sure what the number is. They're like, it could be 11, like in total, right? It's like, but anyway, the movie. So the
Bob was very Jamaican, though.
Dog, he started it.
Yeah, he was very Jamaican.
But I will say, the second time I was more level headed. Okay. Right, and I was still bothered by some of the parts, but all in all, it was a good movie. Like, and I'll tell you the actor, Kingsley
Benadir,
dog, that nigga deserves an Oscar. Like,
he did a good job.
When I tell you. Think about it. Like, Bob is a hard person to try to emulate, right? Mm-hmm. Like he had his voice down. He had like his cadence down. I mean, the stylist actually had him looking very similar to Bob. Like it was, and especially because Bob I think was 5'8", maybe. Yeah, and Kingsley's like 6'1". So it's like, tall, so it's like, so for them to figure out a way to do it and it like still come across as authentic, I'll give it to them. Like the storytelling was great. And I had to step back and realize that on a real, if we really included all the things I wanted to see in it, that would have had to be like a Netflix series.
Yeah, it would have been a very
which to be honest, it probably should have been.
You think so?
Bro, like they did The Crown.
Okay. Yeah.
right? Like
The Crown is a different. That's different though. That's different. I mean, here's the thing. I'm glad they did it as a movie. I did not see it. But I didn't see it mainly because there were no superheroes in it. So
right, because you're a nerd.
That's right.
But I will say also another reason why I liked it a little bit more watching it the second time. After the first one, I went back and watched like the actual Bob Marley documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched a whole bunch of the interviews with Ziggy and Kingsley to get some understanding. And they actually painted the picture as to why they were shooting it that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that makes more sense. Still wish y'all included some of the womanizing. I wanted to see him like holler at Miss World. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Because he does not look like the type to get a Miss World. But he got her.
Nah, he was Bob at the time, then.
He really was, bro.
He was
Apparently he was mad shy and didn't actually holler at girls. I think that's probably what it was.
Right, but here's the thing, man. He was him in that time. So.
In fact, you're right. Right. This thing is barefoot.
Right. You
bagging.
Don't even have to actually
bitches.
Right. No. So like I said, I didn't see it. I might watch it when it becomes something free somewhere.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I remember that I did see a lot of backlash from people that were upset at the not having a Jamaican actor play Bob. What were your thoughts? Because you said
so they actually touched on that, and so Kingsley was on Breakfast Club. So
I did see that interview.
Right. So so you already know, like he apparently, who knows if this is really true or not, but he looks like he's sincere. He went to them and was like, yeah, if y'all think it should be me, y'all should go make another pass and check to see if there's anyone else. Because of exactly that same thing. It's like, you can't fuck up Bob, bro. Like, it's got to be right.
Like, it's not Lifetime.
Right. And on the real, all of his sons actually sound like him, in my opinion. So I was expecting that it would have been one of the sons.
Right. They said his son, his grandson. Like, there was a lot of people who could have.
But the reality is, if the sons are who are actually producing it and they didn't step up and say, I want to do it, and they're looking for someone else.
Well, the thing is, were they producing it from the point of being able to make those decisions? Because, you know, at the end of the day, in Hollywood, a lot of the time, the decision is going to come down to the studio.
Sure. So I will say this. The little I know about that family, they ain't allowing Hollywood to handle that. Like, they were very instrumental in making sure the story was told a certain way.
Okay.
But, again, Kingsley killed the shit. So so it's one of those things where, like, yeah, we can be mad at, like, what's the dude from Snowfall? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. His name is escaping me right now.
Denzel or whatever his name is. I can't remember his name.
White, huh?
Damson.
Yeah, Damson.
Right? Like, we could talk all the shit we want about him being British, but he killed that fucking role.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know he was British until afterwards. I was like, oh shit.
Son, that's what often happens with me. I didn't realize until I heard Idris Elba talk in real life. When he was Stringer Bell, he was just Stringer Bell. Like, I didn't realize. Yeah, so no.
And it was like, so I don't know if you don't watch BMF, do you?
No.
All right, but like there was a crazy dude that's from Detroit that was in that show.
Yeah.
I think you're British too.
Dog, them British actors be coming over here.
He was like, matter of fact, he's a Nigerian British dude, I think.
Dog, they're not just in Harry Potter. So
dog, they everywhere. So they are like salt in everything.
They in everything, bro. So,
but like I wasn't mad at it after seeing his performance. Okay, no, it was amazing.
Nah, that's what's up. I'm gonna watch it eventually because I don't hate, and I've only heard good reviews, and honestly, the only people who've been complaining have been like
Jamaicans.
You know, I'm only gonna give that, but so much. So I love my Jamaican people. I'm only gonna give y'all but so much time to occupy my headspace in which y'all complain. So it's like, all right, was the movie good or not? Oh, it was good. All right, then I don't really care.
It was ultimately good.
So, it was ultimately good. I've only heard good things about it. So, and again, I think it was a little late for this year's Oscars. No, it was definitely late for this year's Oscars.
Yeah, it was late for this year's.
Because this year, Oppenheimer cleaned up.
Right? Yeah. But it's good, I think, that it was late for this year's.
No, it gets a chance for...
Exactly. So it has the rest of the year.
Perhaps for next year's Oscars. So we'll see. Right. We'll revisit this in a year and see if...
And it's Bob. Everybody loves Bob. White people, too.
Dog, I think they said it was... And I should have looked this up before we recorded. I think it was like one of the highest grossing biopics.
I believe it.
But I'll look it up before we record again because... I've only heard good things. I've only heard good reviews, and it's definitely been killing at the box office. So, shout out to everybody involved. Shout out to the Marley family. And
they better come out with a part 2, dog.
For what? Nigga, what kind
When that nigga resurrects from the dead, dog, you got
All
to,
right.
man.
And we about to wrap this up. Because clearly Dre been here too long. So, finally, last topic.
This ain't gonna take long.
This ain't gonna take long at all. Like I think this fight might not take long.
Exactly.
So apparently Netflix has signed Jake Paul and Mike Tyson to do a fight. That's gonna be airing live on Netflix, so it's not a pay-per-view fight.
Yes.
You have to have Netflix to watch it, and they've been cracking down on us sharing our passwords already, but we still do it. So fuck y'all, Netflix. We still gonna do that shit. So,
what are your thoughts on it, bro?
First of all, here's my thoughts on it. I don't believe anything is real anymore.
Right.
I 100% believe.
Because you're an old curmudgeon. But go ahead.
But I have been.
No, I know.
More or less right. When I look at something and I'm like, this isn't real, right. I feel like 9 out of 10 times I'm correct. Jake Paul is gonna win. Hear me out.
Okay.
Either Jake Paul is gonna win, or no.
I'm listening.
It's gonna be a draw. Because remember, it's an exhibition fight. It has to be an exhibition fight. It's
definitely an exhibition. So, like,
right.
no knockouts?
No.
You can't knock out in an exhibition?
Not that you can't. It's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
Not at all. Hear me out.
I mean, I'm listening.
Hear me out. It is an exhibition fight. Mike Tyson don't give a shit about any of this shit.
True.
He is not actively boxing right now, and he's Mike. His reputation is solidified.
But he's still in the gym, though.
Yeah, he is still in the gym. I think in any scenario where Mike Tyson at 50, whatever he is right now, fights Jake Paul for real, it's 30 seconds in and Jake Paul is going to be maybe a round.
And so
maybe a round in any real scenario.
Okay. So you said there's not going to be a knockout. So how do you think Jake
it's going to
wins?
go to decision, and they're going to give it to Jake, or they're going to call it a draw. Because again, everybody got their bag, everybody got paid. They know right now, Mike Tyson is not trying to come back and resurrect his boxing career, right?
Sure.
Jake Paul is the ascending person who is trying to prove that he's actually in these things. I think this shit is WWE right now. I think it's scripted. I think at this point, they're saying, okay, y'all go in there, y'all do y'all thing, blah, blah, blah. Nobody knock anybody out. At the end of the day, we're going to call it a draw. Y'all land a few punches, do y'all thing. We're going to call it a draw at the end of the day because it's an exhibition. Nobody's winning anything from this. And y'all are both getting paid. So just go out there and entertain the people. I don't think it's real.
I hope that Mike agrees to this. And then,
he will.
And then last minute is like, nah, nigga, I'm out here. Knocked him out. Because
because I think if that happens, they're not going to pay him. I think all of that is probably in the contract.
Tied to the contract.
I think Netflix has already scripted this to where they're like, because think about it like this, right? Most of these fights are on pay-per-view, where you're spending like $50 to $100 per person to view it.
Sure.
So by Netflix doing that, they're limiting how much they can make by saying, hey, we're going to air it on our shit. Basically for our people who have Netflix accounts, which is just about everybody right now.
Sure.
Whether you have it or you're streaming from somebody else, everybody has a Netflix account.
Sure.
So they're doing this just for the viewership.
Yes.
They're like, no, this better go the 7 or 8 or however many rounds we've scripted it for. And don't get me wrong, y'all fight, throw punches, kind of like with him and Roy, right? When Mike fought Roy, dog, what was that?
Yeah, but like Mike was taking that seriously though. Roy wasn't.
I don't think Mike was taking it that seriously.
I mean, I just mean like based off the way he was boxing, like he was actually boxing.
I watched the fight.
Right, and Roy looked like he was like bullshit.
Right, but
the entire time.
At the end of the day, Roy is also a boxer, right? So like I think both of them were in there and they knew what it was going. They knew what they signed up for. Nobody was ever gonna get laid out. None of these 50-something-year-old niggas was gonna get knocked out. It wasn't. It would have been if it happened, but I never for 1 second.
I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out on Netflix.
I would love to see that. And I would love to be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be the first one to say I'm happy to be wrong. I would love to see Mike.
I hope you're wrong.
I would love to see Mike knock that nigga's jaw around like Daffy Duck when Elmer would shoot him with the thing. Yeah. I want to see that nigga's mouth on the back of his head. I would love to see that. However, I'm telling you what I think is going to happen.
Because you don't believe it's real. So I mean,
it's not real.
I feel.
It's the fix is in. Netflix has spent their money.
I say we put a little wager on this.
Dog, I'm down for that.
But like I don't do crazy wagers. So let's do.
We don't got to say the number on here. We can just say what the wager is.
I wasn't gonna say
the
number.
We can just say what the wager is.
I was gonna say a 6-piece ghost wings at Popeyes.
Yeah. We can do that. I think. So what do you think is gonna happen?
I think.
You think Mike's gonna win?
I think that even if it's not a straight up knockout, I think Jake is gonna run a lot in that ring.
100% not going to be a knockout. 100% it's not going to be a knockout. But no, we'll take the bet. You think it's going to be either a knockout or Jake's going to be running?
No, I said I don't think it's gonna be a knockout.
You don't think it's going to be a knockout?
No. But I think Jake's gonna run because
So you think
Mike is quick.
So you think Mike is going to win by decision?
It depends. Honestly, it depends on
because that's how the bet's got to work. We got
So
to
I think if it's going to either be TKO. I don't think it's going to be like a straight out knockout.
Okay.
It's either TKO or it depends on how many rounds we're talking about. Because if it's 12, it's not 12 though. It can't be 12 because the exhibition, right? Mm. But if it's 12, then Jake wins. Like if he makes it, because Mike has never been the go to distance guy, so we know that shit.
Okay.
But if it's, I'd say 5 and below, I think Mike has a chance.
Okay.
I think Mike has a chance, bro.
Okay. I'm telling you, Ty or Jake's gonna win because it's not real. But okay. That's the bet, son. We'll bet a 6-piece ghost pepper wings on it. All right, y'all. So y'all heard this by the time, because the fight is when?
I don't even know, dog.
It's like in July or something.
Yeah, it's sooner than it should be.
But it's longer, but it's a longer fight. It's a good more than 6 weeks training session for both of them.
Right.
Because here's what I'm saying.
It's just an expedition. It's not
right.
It's not a real fight.
If this was real, and I'll be happy to be wrong. If this is real, that fight's going to last 2 rounds, and Jake Paul is going to get his head knocked off of his shoulder. Is going to be somewhere in the upper deck of that arena.
I'm cool with that.
They're going to be looking for it for at least the rest of the night because Mike is going to knock his head clear off his body.
I'm hoping that's what happens, dog.
It's real.
Because
if that doesn't happen, that's how I will know it wasn't real.
Here's the way that it could work. Because
Mike is still Mike.
Right. Here's the way it could work, though. Mm-hmm. Jake could make his money off of fucking YouTube off that shit.
Not without a head.
No, what I'm saying is like
how you gonna do that with his head in the stands?
Dog, the blooper reels, like all that shit that can come out. It might not be him posting it. It might be his brother posting this shit.
Yeah, but somebody might make the money.
But
they'll have enough to bury him. They will. You're right. They'll make more than enough money to bury him.
They might do video of him in the fucking hospital, bro. Like, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, so that's the bet. We gonna see. I don't think it's real.
6-piece ghost pepper wings.
I don't think it's real, but we'll see. I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy to see Mike knock his head clean off his shoulders. So all right, y'all. This has been fun. I enjoyed this.
I miss this, bro. I miss you, guy.
Pause. So,
see, that's the problem. That's the problem these days.
Oh,
guys can't tell each other that they miss them.
And with that,
they love each other.
It's been great to be back. This has been a dope episode. I appreciate all y'all for continuing to rock with us. Don't forget, Hooky Weekend, June 13th through June 17th. We will be back with more new episodes. I also have the Applying Logic podcast going down, and we're going to have the Road to Hooky Weekend going down. Shout out to my homie, the Carnival Baby. So before we get out of here, do not forget to subscribe, click the link, get all the notifications every time we have new episodes. And by all means, don't forget, hit us up. Let us know if there's any topics you want us to talk about. We will be glad to get to them. You got anything, Dre?
No, man. I just miss you, bro.
And with that said, we will catch y'all when we are back. I am Rich.
I'm Dre.
And we are out.